Welcome, welcome, welcome to TSDitto Reacts. Thank you for joining me. Today is going to be a good one. So please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and the notifications button. Leave me a comment. I'll definitely reply. So let's get into the video. Thanks.
Blue Ivy's earring mishap is proof that she's a professional, because only a professional would deal with this so quickly and not even miss a beat. The fact that she took it out instead of messing with it and trying to detangle it is just so Beyonce coded. I mean, I probably would have panicked in that scenario, but Blue Ivy, fearless. She had another mishap like this recently on stage where her bandana fell off, and even then she didn't miss a beat. She is just so smooth with it. Like, if you didn't focus in on it, you would never realize it even happened. I will say it again and again and again, 13, and she is so poised. Like, her critical thinking and how fast she is on her toes, like, of course she's Beyonce's daughter. Because even through all the mishaps on the tour so far, they have both made it seem like nothing has happened at all. We can really attribute this all to Beyonce because she is a seasoned professional herself, and of course she would copy and paste it to her daughter. She will never beat the manager allegations because she is just so locked into this tour and she cares about it so much, you can tell. Every day, every show, there's something else about her that constantly inspires me.
Tell me what's wrong with this video. What's wrong with blue light emitting and glowing from clouds? The footage coming from Twitter today is just unbelievable. And again, the clouds and sky have been lighting up all over the world. But really ask yourself honestly, is this kind of stuff normal? Feet of hail again, recorded by this guy right here, right on his front porch. He literally said that he thought his house was going to cave in. We've had hundreds of tornadoes in just days. In this one location, we had 8 on Thursday night. But what's really going on? Why are tornadoes more and more looking like hurricanes? By the way, notice all the lines. While this tornado hurricane goes, you try to tell people it's getting worse and worse, but they don't want to believe you. You could literally build a snowman with this hail. But it's not just skies looking weird colors, clouds are just acting abnormal. I believe this came from CowX Twitter. If you weren't aware, there's tornadoes everywhere today. Everywhere. Hundreds of lives being ruined every single hour.
Thankful to be alive.
I wonder why it's getting so bad. Video is just for attention. What do you think? Let me know below.
Can we take a moment to get to the bottom of this offer by Qatar of a multi-million-dollar Boeing 747-8 to President Trump? When did your government first start talking to the US about this aircraft, and who broached the subject first? Was it the US or was it Qatar?
Well, actually, it's, I know that there were a lot of speculations about this topic. I don't know what is the reason that instigated this. This is a very simple government-to-government dealing when Ministry of Defense and Department of Defense are still exchanging the possibility of transferring one of our 747s -8 to be used as Air Force One, and it's still under the legal review, so there is nothing really, I don't know what was like, why it became like so big as a news that this is something that, considered, in a very strange way.
Chris Brown, right after saying free Tory, he was locked up in Manchester, London, yesterday. It was over a 2023 bottle attack in a London nightclub. Apparently, they've been looking for him. They don't issue warrants. They just wait till your ass come back, and then they arrest you. And so, because he is a flight risk, they're holding him until June 13th, until his court date. Then they'll decide whether or not they're going to let him go. But 9 times out of 10, he finna sit down and do this time with Tory. And Tory need a little support. Stabbed 14 times, that's more than what Tupac and 50 Cent done went through. But here's my thing. A lot of people are excited that Chris Brown is locked up. They are finally happy, especially all the people that's been trying to take him down. He's missed 3 concert dates. They have been really upset that he has seemingly moved on from Rihanna, and they haven't. I done said this, and I'm gonna say it again. If Rihanna has moved on and forgave him, if Karrueche has moved on and forgave him multiple times, she was just seen at Coachella with him when he snuck in. He wasn't supposed to be there either. Why is it any of our business? They ain't on the stand like Cassie. They need to leave Chris alone. Chris ain't got nothing to do with this. Now, when Chris faced his charges of sleeping with Asian girls and shit and white girls, when they money run out and when he gets rid of them, that's between him and the Yang Yang twins. That's it. Ain't got shit to do with us. But that is the fastest karma boomerang I've ever seen in my life. This man done tweeted, "Free Tory." Next thing you know, he done traded places with Tory. Locked up. And locked up, they won't let me out. Moving on.
One day.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
One moment. One choice.
I made $1 million in a minute.
Left or right can determine the rest of your life.
Who the f*** is you talking to? Bitch, don't walk away from me.
Get the fuck up! We need some help!
Now dance, bitch. Now dance. What the fuck is you doing?
God, I think you get shot.
Man, ain't nobody shoot that girl.
Yes, this Corey shot me.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.tashaklive.com.
It's a big one for me.
You can't say it like that.
How big is the shower? He was inspired by God. When him and his fuse in the shower.
Oh my gosh, Ray J is my mom's China. Should we pull up?
Ray J!
When I got from jail, bro. Right when I got out on Twitch, right when they let me out. The Shade is too, but not like T-Pain. And the Shade is the one who got me banned. Hey, welcome to the stream house.
I don't want to have to teach you everything. I got to sit down and teach you everything.
Look, I'm happy to have everybody here. Thank you for coming. It's gonna keep getting better and better. I know they thought that it was gonna work, so they could only get better.
I wouldn't get invited.
No, we're gonna do our own shower stream, and we're gonna invite 30 of the baddest of the baddest.
We not gonna do those people.
And I'm not inviting none of the people that I invited at first, because they thought it was gonna be me.
No, Kai, you're not invited. You're right, right here.
Subscribe to my shit and watch me turn shit to go.
A bombshell was revealed in court today that Cassie will receive $10 million from the Intercontinental Hotel in LA. That's the same hotel where Diddy is captured on surveillance video beating and kicking Cassie after a freak-off. The settlement just happened within the past month, but it was the defense that made her expose it through their line of questioning. It's part of the defense's strategy to convince the jury that, in part, Cassie is motivated by money. It was on day 3 of the trial that we learned that she settled her lawsuit against Diddy for $30 million. And even though part of the defense's strategy is that Cassie already had money and access to wealthy men before she met Diddy, it also zeroed in on her financial situation right before she filed the lawsuit. They pointed out that 1 month before she filed the lawsuit in November of 2023, she, her husband, and their 2 kids moved in with her parents in Connecticut from LA. And then Diddy's defense attorney asks her, were they having financial issues? To which she responds, no, we wanted to move back to the East Coast. But the defense doesn't stop there. They actually go on to point out that their only income at the time was her husband's salary as a personal trainer and whatever job she was booking. They go on to say that that summer she was preparing to go on tour in New Zealand and Australia, but as soon as she settled the lawsuit with Diddy, she canceled it. But before the settlement with the Intercontinental is revealed during redirect examination, the prosecutor asked Cassie, would you give the money back if you could just erase everything and never had to have done freak-offs or experienced everything that you experienced? And this is when Cassie breaks down. She just starts sobbing. The most she's cried the entire time she's been on the stand. She's grabbing tissues and crying into her hands. They even ask her, do you want a break? But she says, no, I want to continue. And through her tears, she says, I would give the money back so I wouldn't have to work so hard to get it back. And when the prosecutor asks her to clarify what it is, she says her agency and her autonomy. But the defense attorney isn't backing down. It's her turn to ask questions again. And she starts off by saying, this has been hard for you. Your name has been in the press. You face scrutiny. And then she reveals that she settled with the Intercontinental and then asks Cassie to reveal how much for. And when Cassie says $10 million, you can hear audible gasps in the courtroom. And with that, Cassie leaves the stand. And as she's passing me to get out of the courtroom, she just goes, whew.
Officers at a prison in Costa Rica captured a cat carrying 2 packages of drugs attached to its body. According to Costa Rican Ministry of Justice and Peace, officers spotted the cat carrying packages of marijuana and cocaine before they removed and confiscated the drugs. The cat, nicknamed Narco Michi or Narco Kitten, was then handed over to the National Animal Health Service for health evaluation.
Last time we brought this woman up named Catherine Paez, we talked about how she got addicted to ayahuasca. Her ex-husband Austin McBroom also brought up how she thought she was a psychic before, she thought she was a mermaid. She even went into thinking she was the reincarnated Virgin Mary. And a lot of this was hard to believe. But then I showed you guys a clip of her talking about how she was a mermaid. And now today I'm going to show you a clip of how she thought she lived 87 lives.
So I've had 87 lives, and I've had 57 with Austin. 5 plus 7 equals to 12. 12, which is December 12th, is the day that Austin and I got married. So Austin and I, we are so opposites.
Did you hear that? She said she's had 87 lives. And she's had 57 of them with her now ex-husband. So she tried to plus 55 plus 7 equals 12. They got married in December. December's the 12th month. Guys, when you get into this space where you start counting numbers, what source do you think that is? Now, granted, there's different things in the Bible that you can count. 7 days, 3 days, but that's within the biblical matter. Her, she's just making up things. And where do you think it came from? Ayahuasca. Or the people who like doing it call it plant medicine. Let me show you how her new boyfriend thinks about this plant medicine.
Plant medicine. Plant medicine is one of the biggest reasons on why we have a purpose, specifically me and you.
So ayahuasca is a tea made by indigenous people from Brazil and Peru and from Amazon. When you drink the medicine, also you drink the spirit of the Amazon. That you drink the spirit of the earth, you know what I mean, the mother earth, the Mother Terra. And the spirit comes inside of us and they show us things that we think but
so he said drinking the plant medicine, you're drinking a spirit. Then he said these spirits come inside of us and show us different things. Y'all see where it's getting? Now here's the dangerous part, guys. As her ex-husband has said, she's moved that guy into her house. And now they practice these ayahuasca events monthly, even with her children in the house. But here's where it can get bad. If somebody has a bad ayahuasca trip with her children in the house, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to be done. There's different people who have bad trips on ayahuasca and they start seeing demons. Okay? I showed you guys the story with Joshua Bassett. Okay? Joshua Bassett is the actor who did ayahuasca. He started seeing demons. He tried to run out of the house. A lady grabbed his arm and said, you know, I can't let you leave like this. I can't let you drive. He looked at her and completely seen a darkness, a demon, take over her. So what do you think will happen if there's a bad trip inside her house where her children are? Not only that, if she gets into a space, right? Because clearly she thinks she's found God with this plant medicine. But we know what God that is. Now, if you're in a space where you're worshiping this false deity who is giving you false narratives, who's giving you false light, and one day they tell you, while you are in a space of worshiping it, while you're in a space of thinking that it's God, give me your firstborn, give me your secondborn, and you end up in a space where you start running bathwater. Next thing you do, you trying to baptize these children, but you're not letting them out the water. What do you think happens when it comes to a lot of these individuals who you see on the news? And they're like, why'd you do that to your children? God told me to. How do you think that happens? How do you think that starts? You can listen to me. You can think I'm crazy. But I'm telling you. That's how it happens. So I can only pray that this individual comes out of this nonsense. Because she thinks she's in this super spiritual place with this guy and this plant. You gone. You gone, fam. Come out.
This is China's first drone mothership, and the future of war? It's looking pretty scary. It's called the Jutian UAV, and it's designed not just to carry weapons, but to launch, control, and coordinate what some are calling the swarm mid-air. Think of it like a flying command center, because one of the specific features that is raising some eyebrows is the UAV's internal base system. Initial reports are saying that it's capable of dropping up to 100 mini drones, including potentially kamikaze types, all for the purpose of saturating and overwhelming enemy air defense systems. But because of its size, it's not stealthy, and it can be shot down fairly easily. So its usefulness would be as a second wave force after air supremacy is achieved. And while the Chinese state broadcaster CCTV said that its first test flight is coming in June, some military observers question its legitimacy, claiming that this is more about intimidation and propaganda rather than real capability. But what do you think? Do you think the mothership will be legit or just hype?
Chris Brown is in jail again. This time in Manchester, England, but this one might be the dumbest one of them all. He'll be a guest of the city of Manchester, England for at least until mid-June. Because in 2023, he allegedly beat up a producer in a nightclub, vicious bottle beatdown. And then when he was supposed to go to a voluntary meeting with the police about it, Brown left England. Okay, a lot of people would have done that, but you know what a lot of people wouldn't have done? Gone back to England. And he has managers, lawyers, agents, people who are watching out for the brand of Chris Brown. So how come none of them said, hey, you know, we really shouldn't go back into England. Just don't tempt fate, because there's a possibility that this exact thing could happen. He could go to prison for a minute over this. But Chris Brown's rap sheet is wild. I mean, it's this and this and this. What? Really? What? Again? How many of these can there be?
Something is going on in the sewers. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go. What the hell is that? Who's doing that? What's down there? Why were those sewer caps moving like that? Sewer covers, whatever they are. Aren't those tight in the ground? I mean, if you walked up to one of them, you wouldn't be able to just pull it up. So what is down there that's making it go like that? Could be the Ninja Turtles. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what was going on with those sewer caps or covers or whatever that was, but I know for sure that something was going on, and I don't care what was going on. And if you ask me, I think that was green screen special effects. Shut up! What's going on there? What could it be? You know, everybody on TT has the answers. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game right here, guys. You know what time it is. Shut up! What if you seen that? Would you have went close to it? Would you went to check it out? Because to be honest with you, I would have had it went close. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game right here, guys. You know what time it is. But I tell you one thing. If you're ever walking by a sewer and you see it going like that, just walk the other way, bro. You don't know what you about to get into.
Okay, I'm gonna do just a little recap. Let's go into Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I love you so much. You are so super talented. Since you were a young boy, I mean, my heart skipped a beat as an old lady. You could sing, you could dance, you could do anything. But stop doing everything. Stop doing too much. You don't have to, Chris. You got everything. You got art, you got dancing, you got singing, you got rapping. You can have any female in the world. Even a cougar or two, I'm sure. But no, I'm just playing. Just slow down, and just do what's gonna make you a legend. Not the bad boy, but the artiste in there. Okay, let me jump over to Cassie. Cassie, my heart goes out to you. You're a beautiful young lady. You're talented. I mean, that D-man, if he gave you all that information of what he was about a long time ago, I wish you would have walked away. I will not shame you, but there are just some things that you do not do for love or for money. The celebrity lookalikes, or the people that the celebrities looked alike, That's some weird stuff. I mean, ancestry, whatever, but maybe they are from the past and now in the future, relived a life or whatever. That's some weird stuff. It's really weird. I wonder if somebody out there look like me. I'm a millionaire, a celebrity, a Tina, a TSDitto, whatever you want to call me. I'll drop that. The lids, the sewer lids, them moving around by themselves. I wouldn't have been there to take the picture. I wouldn't have been hanging around because whatever's about to come up out of there, it needs to stay down there. All right, let's jump back into the video. I know you guys probably get tired of this raspy voice. People keep saying I'm a man when I'm on the phone. No, I'm not. I'm a girl. All right, let's get into the video.
What universe are we in? Because there's so much going on around the world. Did you guys hear about this Walmart altercation? To me, it looked like a fight broke out and a lot of noises were being made and heard, and it sounded like zombies, and because one was biting the other. But it's just people at Walmart acting immature, right? And I cannot believe it, y'all. People are really out here with the robot dog in New York City. And the robot dog tries to go on an attack to this real dog, and look what happens, y'all. So how is something like this supposed to protect you? Okay, good luck in the future. And we also have this new crop circle that scientists are baffled about, because we are in the midst of this change, and this thing manifested out of nowhere, and it's basically showing it, y'all. It looks like a butterfly through the diamond, right? The chrysalis, the diamond beings. I've been telling y'all about this. Coming through that sun. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. This huge, massive, cylindrical thing was seen out of the sky of Germany, okay? Germany. And look at all the colors around it, y'all. Can you guys see the colors through the clouds? Y'all can see that, right? That's plasma. That's that plasma. Those are light ships. The burning down of Notting Way Plantation, and in this beautiful scene over here, you can clearly see there's people sitting at the window. Look at the shadows of melanated beings just sitting at the window, y'all. What world are we in? What universe are we in? Things are getting spicy out there, y'all. Can you feel it in the air, boy? The age of Aquarius is not playing. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
Documentary. We saw it.
I watched that, and
we saw stuff like pass through. Like, it was like we brought like one of the ladies, or the crew members. We brought a lady who lived there, who like was like, it's fine. I don't believe it really. But then we saw it like go into one of her kids, and then that kid, and then it passed on to another kid, and then we ended up having an exorcism for the daughter.
Day 3 of the Diddy trial is officially over, and that shit got wild. Y'all, I'm finna go ahead and tell y'all what happened. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button, share this video. The prosecution questioned Cassie for hours. It started off with her explaining what the hell freak-offs was. We all know what them Jones is, but this is how she explained it. He said basically it was sex parties that Diddy forced her into with strangers and escorts. She said it didn't just happen once or twice. She said it happened over 100 times, y'all. She explained that she didn't want to do the freak-offs, but once again, she said she did it to make him happy. She didn't want to see him mad and turn to the Hulk. Y'all all seen what he did on that video, right? She described how Sean Diddler Combs sometime gave her pills that was disguised in a vitamin bottle, y'all. He asked her, how did he obtain those? She said the doctors will put the prescription under certain assistants, so it was never in his name. She testified about using opiates and GHB because she said she felt like she had no way out. She felt trapped, and that was her relief. Cassie then said she was physically assaulted too. She said in New York, Diddy turned into Javante and went upside her head inside an Escalade. And she said one time in LA, he stomped on her face in a car. So he did the ATL stump. This man was stumping a yard on her, y'all. She said that Diddy boxed her so bad before, she had to hide behind a toilet until D-Rock and James Cruz intervened and stopped it. So this man probably wasn't going to stop, y'all. He blacked out. She also testified saying that sometimes Diddy would intimidate people, including assistants and friends. She told the courts that one time Diddy grabbed one of the assistants, dragged him out of bed, and then in Turks and Caicos, he punched another man in the head. She also said that Diddy had one of her friends hanging over the balcony on some big red type shit, and also threw her into some furniture. And if I can recall, I believe they said that person was Wale. So when they asked Cassie, why did you stay? She said because she feared that he had access to guns. He had access to a lot of things that can ruin her or ruin the people around her and end people's lives. She said one time she was beaten so bad because he found out that she was texting Kid Cudi, who she briefly dated in 2011. Cassie also testifies and says in 2018, when they broke up, he came over and raped her and then left like it was nothing. And she said while he was doing it, his eyes was black, y'all. That don't sound like a demon to y'all? That's some demon shit. I seen enough Supernatural to know a demon. So they asked her after that incident, why did you go see him again? She said after 10 years, she was emotionally broken. She felt like he still had control, y'all. This man was playing psychological warfare on that girl's brain. He also talked about therapy and writing book chapters about abuse. And she also said she was trying to settle for $30 million just for closure. That lawsuit ended up settling for $20 million last year within 24 hours. So they said throughout all of this, the defense was objecting multiple times. And they even try to keep key details about her past relationships out the court. But the judge said, nope, I'm gonna allow it because y'all both opened up details about infidelity in the relationship. Y'all brung it on yourself. And then finally, Cassie said after she left Diddy, she did no more freak-offs. She was not doing it no more. And the prosecution rested. And reports say that's where they ended today. They said the courtroom was shook. Y'all, this is crazy. I'm going to keep breaking it down. So you already know what to do. Make sure you like this, share this. And also drop y'all thoughts down below in the comments. What y'all think about day 3? And what do y'all think is going to happen in day 4? And if y'all want to, have it up in the comment. Talk about y'all past relationships if you feel comfortable saying it.
This can't be real. KFC just dropped gravy flavored ice cream. Hackney gelato gravy ice cream? Are you kidding me? I mean, what's next? Ketchup ice cream? Nah, that's not enough. Give us some mustard ice cream. Gravy on an ice cream cone? Really? Ice cream, gravy with French fries? Who made this, man? I ain't gonna front. Kinda looks good. I think I'm gonna try it out. KFC is taking over. That's it. Who's gonna compete with them at this point? Who would have thought the same gravy that they put on your mashed potatoes would now be in your ice cream? Try it out, guys. I'm telling you, I'm on my way right now just to try it out. It's only right. Such a masterpiece. You could just tell by the way she's holding it. I'm wondering, is this the same gravy that's going to be on the ice cream? Is this the same gravy that they dipped that shut up in that commercial? Don't say it. KFC, I'm on my way. At this point, KFC is number 1. Nobody could top them. Why put gravy on your mashed potatoes when you could just put it on your ice cream? Like, let's be real, the summer's coming. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just letting everybody know that KFC now has a gravy flavored ice cream, or they put the gravy on top of vanilla ice cream, whatever they're doing. It's incredible, it's marvelous, and I can't wait to try it. Are you gonna try it? I don't know, guys, let me know what you think. I'm out.
There's been some strange events that has been happening all over Louisiana. Have you guys heard about this? Let's look into this, y'all. First of all, there is this doll called the Annabelle doll. And this doll is supposed to be erected in a specific place, but for some reason this doll is on a tour. I don't know who tours dolls, but apparently this doll is on a tour, and one of the stops was Louisiana. Well, guess what? The day after this supposedly haunted doll left Louisiana, we have the Nottingham plantation, which is the South's biggest and most haunted plantation, burns down, y'all. And I'm talking about the fire started from the roof. Nobody knows how the fire started, but this thing is burning down.
Annabelle comes to New Orleans, departs New Orleans the following day. Nottoway Plantation, one of the most haunted plantations in the country, burns to the ground. Some people call it a coincidence, but look, in a city built on spirits, nothing burns without reason.
She's talking about a city built on spirit. She must not know we're in a spiritual war. This is literally war. And here's the most amazing thing. During the fire, y'all, we have shadows, pictures of melanated people looking like they're leaving this burning building. Look at this, y'all. Look at the shadows. Look at this. I'm gonna zoom in for y'all. Hold on. Check this out, y'all. Look at this. You guys can clearly see these are shadows of people. Look at the shadows, y'all. Look at the shadows of these beings walking out. Melanated beings walking out. Y'all see that, right? You see, the people who don't understand spiritual warfare, they wouldn't think that these things are spiritual holding centers for our brothers and our sisters, and how on the physical plane, a lot of these beings died in these places. So these are spiritual holding centers. So now these things are burning down. Our brothers and our sisters are coming free. And now they are being free of their entrapment. Now they can work for us in the spiritual. Y'all see that this has a resemblance to the Django house? Look at that, y'all. Tell me that don't look like the Django house. Now, here's the other thing that you may or may not know about. In the midst of all of this, 12 inmates escaped prison in Louisiana, y'all. What is going on? We're literally at the end, y'all.
Parish Sheriff's Office says that 11 inmates had escaped from the Orleans Justice Center. It happened this morning when a head count revealed that the inmates were missing. The jail is located about 2 miles from Bourbon Street. Officials now urging the community to use extreme caution, warning that these 10 inmates who are still on the loose should be considered armed and dangerous, and you do not want to get anywhere close to.
See, now that all these souls are free, the ancestors could work for us. But yes, y'all, I be telling y'all that shift that we be talking about, it's here, and it's only going to ramp up, y'all. Did y'all hear about all of this? Let me know that in the comments below, y'all. What do you think about this? The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Stunning to monitor the media's lack of interest in the whole Maui story. I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm stunned, but I'm not surprised. The incident seems to be the story here, right? But the true story, the media knows it is not allowed to tell. Is it a coincidence that the Maui police chief is the same man who was in charge in Las Vegas during that massacre that killed 58 people? Is it a coincidence that the Maui property, owned by million and billionaires, it wasn't touched by the flames while homes of the locals all burned?
What she fails to also mention is how the media hasn't even once interviewed a grieving parent. Not a single parent looking for their children. Not a single interview with a child. Not a single interview with the schools.
Was it a coincidence that the largest system of outdoor emergency sirens in the world never made a sound as the fire devoured Lahaina? Was it a coincidence that at the same time, very same time, all the water was turned off? Was it a coincidence that police were ordered to block off streets and to funnel all the cars trying to escape? Think about this coincidence. That governor also signed an emergency proclamation on July 17th, 3 weeks before the fire, about housing of all things. Is it a coincidence that the government put up a black fence around Lahaina, or that the FAA grounded all drones from flying over the affected areas? Is it a coincidence that since at least 2011 there have been plans to make Maui the first smart city run by 100% renewable energy, and that it must...
Y'all, what the fuck is going on with Cynthia Erivo hands? This video I'm gonna show y'all, she was on stage singing and her hands was twice the size of this. It looked like Shaquille O'Neal hands, but skinny as hell. Her hands was real live on some wicked shit. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Her hands remind me of the shorty that was in the crowd when The Weeknd was doing this little song, and she had them long ass fingers. That's what hers remind me of. Look at this shit. Look at her hands, y'all. And it look like it's growing. Am I tripping? I understand she got on nails, but look out how long her fingers is, y'all. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So y'all just seen what I seen. Her hands is way longer on that video than right here on this picture. And I swear, watch the joint over. Watch this video over. You're going to see her hands. It looked like it was growing, y'all. This shit is crazy, fool. Now all them interviews when she was talking crazy is kind of making sense. She might be... I wonder what she might be. Hey guys, thank you for sticking with me to the end. Thank you for joining TSDitto Reacts. I am really glad that you came and sat with me through this reaction video. I would love for you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Please leave me comments. I will definitely reply. Until the next video, I'll check you out next time.